I have as much fun, and it's exciting for me to try new things. I feel like a kid again. I feel like one of the students when we're doing things like this.
Hello and welcome to ChefWorks Perspectives. My name's Aaron Brown. Today's topic is going to be education, and we are honored to be joined by Chef David Wood, who is the lead instructor at Quinta High School, home of the Blackhawks, but also home to one phenomenal state-of-the-art facility for the culinary arts. How you doing, David?
Fantastic. How are you? Nice to see you.
Nice to see you again. For a little bit of background, ChefWorks had the privilege of going into La Quinta High School and filming some photography and some different videos. You can also check out a small documentary that we've done on the high school on our YouTube channel. But we were so amazed by the facility that it was only appropriate for us to hook back up with you, Chef David, and talk a little bit more about the program, about the facility, about the students. To kick everything off, let's talk a little bit about you, Chef David, who you are, how you came to this position, and a little bit more details about La Quinta High School.
I'm the instructor here at La Quinta High School in La Quinta, California, but I grew up in Michigan, and I've been in the restaurant business my entire adult life. I mean, it's a long time. It's probably about 25 years. And I've done every position in the restaurant business. I wanted to go back to school to get my teaching credential so, I could become a teacher, maybe transition to a new career. So in the process of becoming a teacher and getting my teaching credential, which was in social science, which would be more like tailored for a history teacher, I was a substitute teacher for the culinary teacher here. So I got my foot in the door by being her go-to substitute. And then right at the time that I was ready to apply for jobs, and I was applying for history teacher jobs, right at that time, I heard that she was retiring right away, abruptly. So I came right in to apply, and fortunately for me, I got the job right away. And instead, I get to do this thing that have so much experience in and that I just love to do. Yeah, it really came together.
Well, one of the highlights of La Quinta High School is the facility itself, and you can kind of see it behind you right now. Mm-hmm. It is gigantic for a high school program. I don't know if it's the only one of its kind or if there's other ones like it, but it is something special. Can you talk to us a little bit about the facility?
Okay, the facility is a huge industrial kitchen. We have really state-of-the-art equipment. We probably have more equipment behind me than an average restaurant would have. And so they could walk into a place and see a piece of equipment and go, I've actually cooked something on that before. And I think that most employers will be pretty impressed if a high school student can work some of the equipment that they have already in their kitchen. So we're curing meats, and right now we're working on pastrami and corned beef, and we're going to use the smoker and the sous vide equipment, and we're curing things. We'll be making sausage this year. Lots of fun and unusual products that we'll be doing.
Well, I don't know anybody who doesn't like a good charcuterie board. But speaking of your classes, you guys have programs that go the whole spectrum of high school, correct? So so freshmen, sophomore, juniors, and seniors. Can you kind of walk us through what that entails and what you'll be learning at the different levels? Mm-hmm.
So the ninth graders start out in Intro to Culinary Arts. And Intro to Culinary Arts is going to cover things right from the beginning. So we start with safety and sanitation. To work in our kitchen, all the students need to have a Riverside County Food Handler certification. Then they'll learn basics, baking, and different cooking methods and things like that. So then when they go into 10th grade, that's a dual enrollment class with College of the Desert, and it's called Culinary Fundamentals. Now, it takes what they learned in 9th grade and just builds upon each subject and all those cooking methods. They learn more complicated dishes and things like that. The 11th graders go into charcuterie class, which is a dual enrollment class, and then hors d'oeuvres and appetizers is in the second semester. these are really specialized dishes that they're making, sausage making and different cured and smoked meats and fish, and then do hors d'oeuvres and appetizers in the next semester, which will cover catering, and students will know how to book a catering job and know how you do a catering job. The 12th graders, it's called Culinary Arts 3, and we do the most complicated dishes that we can do. We also cover the restaurant business in that class, and we have this really high-tech restaurant simulation, computer simulation that we use. So the students will learn everything about running a restaurant, from marketing to creating menus and calculating food costs and everything. So in this simulation, they'll be asked to do different tasks, like turn around a failing restaurant. They have to determine what they need to do to turn it around. And it might be changing the menu or changing prices. Could be a lot of different things. And then they do a pop-up restaurant. They calculate the food costs, come up with different prices. And then we open up a little restaurant for one day. Here we have a big dining room over here, a nice dining room that kind of we can operate like a little restaurant. And then the faculty, we have over 120 teachers here. The faculty will come in and eat lunch at the restaurant and order food. Some students are servers, some are, someone's the hostess. We just make it as much like a real restaurant as we can. And they love that. And they're very creative.
Now, obviously you guys are a public school within the California school system. So you do receive some funding from the state, but you guys have gotten pretty creative as well on how to raise extra funds to support the program. And I think you mentioned it a little bit earlier, you guys do some catering events, but it goes way beyond just catering and food. Can you talk a little bit about that for us?
Yes. Now we do have a big catering job this fall. We're making 5,000, that's the bell. So we're making 5,000 cookies for a local art studio that they're decorating the cookies as an art project that they get to eat. So that's a catering project we'll have fun with. But we also, we make handmade soap. So it started out as kind of a hobby. I'm making homemade soaps by hand out of olive oil and palm oil, coconut oil, good stuff. And I was doing that at home with my wife on Etsy just as a fun little hobby. But I showed the kids how to make soap and they loved it so much that I thought, wait a minute, why don't we have that be a little fundraiser business for our class? So they get to make them and they get to market them and we sell them if we're at a street fair or here on campus.
One thing that I think is really cool about your guys' program is how the local community embraces the program, especially in the culinary world. I know you guys, I think you do like some kind of game show or a contest show where a bunch of local chefs come in and work with the students. Can you talk a little bit about that?
So we do partner with local businesses. We have some great people out in the industry that will come and work with us on something called the Chef Showdown. And that's a fun competition. It's like popular cooking shows where we give them a little list of ingredients and they have to come up with their little recipes and how they're going to serve this food. And we sell tickets to the public. We have a beautiful lecture hall here with a little demo kitchen behind me. You can't see these seats, but we have a big lecture hall here. That's where the public comes in and sits down. And we have 2 teams of students. Team A over here is partnered with this particular chef from this particular restaurant, and Team B is partnered with another chef from another place across town. And then they'll make, about a 4-course dinner, and the courses will come out one after another that the people can taste them. And then we just kind of have a little competition about that. But that is a lot of fun too, just for so many reasons. And it's a really neat event.
In a time where you hear about school programs kind of being eliminated or extracurricular stuff being taken off the table, it's pretty special to have a program like yours, the size that it is. Can you speak to why it's so important for students to have an outlet such as this for morale, for education, for dreams and ambitions?
Well, it is a CTE program, a career technical education program. So we are preparing students for careers in this field. But aside from that, these are skills that students can use every day in their life, whether they go into this career or not. Cooking is fun. It brings people together. They can cook for their family and friends. They can cook for themselves. These are great skills to have, whether you're going in the field or not. It doesn't matter what category a student finds themselves in, either college bound or not college bound, or culinary school or not culinary school. It's something really beneficial for students to learn, and something they get to use every day. I mean, let's face it, there's a lot of things that students might learn in school that they might never use again, but they know it. But this is something that they can really take and run with and use every day.
I think what's really interesting too, because not everybody can have the facility that you guys have. It takes up a giant square footage space, and it's probably a very expensive facility to install and to build out and to even maintain. What I think is really creative of you as the lead instructor and with your program is you've hooked up with other schools that have other specialty programs, such as like an AV school for audio video, and you've actually, you guys have come together and taken each other's unique classes that you offer and combined them for new experiences for both schools. Can you talk a little bit about that?
There's another high school right next to us that's has a nice television production department, and I've talked to the instructor over there. We would like to get them. They're a television production group looking for things to make television shows about, and we're a group that's making things that would like to show other people what we're doing. So if we can put those two things together, we can get a team of television production students to come over here from Indio High School and make a little documentary of one of our showdowns, or just make any other programming that we would want to come up with. Our students are getting involved in social media and promoting our program that way.
Chef David, you revealed to us a little bit in the previous video that we had done with you that this job means just a little bit more than being a teacher. Can you go into that for us?
It is a special job for me, because these are things that I love. These are things that I would be doing on my own, even if I wasn't getting paid. I might not be teaching a classroom full of students, but I'd be doing these culinary things. Anyway, there are plenty of things that I haven't made yet, that I know about, but I haven't made them yet. So I have as much fun, and it's exciting for me to try new things. I didn't bake my own sourdough bread before this year or last year. I feel like a kid again. I feel like one of the students when we're doing things like this.
Thank you, Chef David Wood and La Quinta High School, for giving us a little bit more time to get to talk to them about education and their world-class program that they have out there.
Thank you very much.
If you want to learn more about them, please check out our video To Teach to Learn. It's on our YouTube channel. You can probably click right here to see that. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode of Perspectives. And until next time, I'm Aaron Brown, and we look forward to seeing you soon.